Welcome back to Venture Onward. Today I plan to talk about one of the compelling characters of the Superman family, Connor Kent. I want you all to know who Connor Kent is. Kent's story begins after Superman's loss to Doomsday, and Connor was meant to replace him. He was a clone of Superman and Lex Luthor DNA due to the actions of Project Cadmus, a known scientific research base outside Metropolis that dubbed the Boy of Steel, Subject 13. Eventually, Superman was revived, the young clone Superboy became his friend, and Clark considered Connor his brother. At some moment, the young Superboy accumulated the Kryptonian moniker Kon-El. He eventually spent time in Hawaii, where he fought King Shark on multiple occasions. He eventually joined up with Tim Drake, Cassie Sandsmark, and Bart Allen, forming a team called Young Justice. One day, after many adventures, Young Justice sadly disbanded due to a team-up with the Titans. Donna Troy and Omen lost their lives on events in Titans/Young Justice Graduation Day. But the time part for Connor and friends wouldn't last, as Cyborg, aka Victor Stone, assembled a new class of Teen Titans where its core membership would become part of a new iteration. During their adventures, the team would face the likes of Deathstroke, Brother Blood, and even a new adversary, at the time, Zookeeper. However, Connor's greatest opponent would be his somewhat archenemy in the form of Superboy Prime, a corrupted multiversal double of his sometimes mentor, Superman. I say archenemy because Connor had seemingly died during an event called Crisis as he went up against Prime, and in doing so, he saved the day. However, it didn't last, as Connor's eventual return. He was now living in Smallville as the youngest adopted son of Martha and Jonathan Kent after being shipped there by Superman. He tried to follow in his footsteps and attended Smallville High School, though he occasionally struggled to pay attention. In 2011, DC Comics wanted to reboot their universe in the form of the New 52, which drastically changed the characters of Superman and the rest of the other heroes and villains' origins. It also altered Connor's existence as another version of him replaced him. As a result, he became displaced and forgotten by most residents of the altered world, as Connor was now lost, stuck in Gem World, and overlooked by his friends and family and, indeed, the world due to the Flashpoint event that was primarily the cause. As the world changed, so did this second Superboy, a human/Kryptonian hybrid clone created by nowhere. This institution endangers teen heroes' lives and has many unpredictable plans. Although taught to think he was a clone of Superman, his creation was produced by the time-traveling General Harvest to save the life of an alternate John Lane Kent, cloned from him with the intent of being used to wage war against meta-humans. He was accidentally awakened when his demise was called, and his genuine self-defense intuitions were activated, eliminating all the scientists that wanted to harm him. After some time, this Superboy joined with the new Superman family. Eventually, DC Comics again had an event called DC Rebirth that brought back Connor from the previous Earth and explained where he had been during the events of the New 52 era. With DC Comics restoring its continuity, we learned that Connor was at a secret facility in New Mexico where he met a woman named Dr. Glory, who was working for Star Labs. Connor grew suspicious of her activities, prompting Glory to transport him outside his home dimension and into Gem World. When there, he defended a pregnant widow named Laufey, who the tyrannical local warriors repeatedly interrogated her. The two befriended one another, and Laufey offered him shelter on her farm. To protect Laufey from harassment, she equipped Connor with a fake identity while he waited for help from his dimension. Connor pretended to be her husband, and when her unborn child was born, Laufey named her daughter Martha after Connor's mother, which also prompted Connor to adopted Martha as her daughter. Sometime later, Connor reunited with Young Justice when they came to Gem World. Lord Opal, a Gem World dictator and current nemesis of new Young Justice member Amethyst, quickly encountered them. Although Opal temporarily sapped Connor by utilizing a pendant of kryptonite, the team eventually managed to defeat him. After the event, Connor realizes that he has to return home, and he says his goodbye to Laufey and Martha while the rest of Young Justice is sent out of the dimension by Gem World's council. After the circumstances of Gemworld, Connor and the rest of Young Justice assembled to watch Superman's press conference, where he announced his identity as Clark Kent. Later, Superboy went to reintroduce himself to Superman and the rest of the Superman family. Connor has easily been one of my favorite characters since his inception into the DCU. Once show-offy and headstrong, Connor's adventures have impacted him, showing him to be more reliable with his abilities than in the past. Although he matures and may have grown with the use of his powers, Connor can still be incredibly inexperienced among his companions, often playing practical pranks. Connor is significantly and considerably a kid but knows how to meet pressure and crises head-on when they occur. Recently he has taken a backseat to the other super-theme heroes, which is a shame. However, a while ago, DC Comics had a contest for a group of comics where they asked DC Nation what they wanted to read. Superboy, the Man of Tomorrow was one of those books to win the round-robin tournament, beating several other books, including Defeat's Suicide Squad, Dark. In April, DC finally delivered the promise of having Connor Kent fans what they've been pleading for, allowing the young hero to have his comic book again. This latest miniseries catches Superboy, who needs a new moniker if you ask me, attempting to figure out his place in the world after reappearing in a heavily retconned universe. Now that the tension's off his shoulders, everyone's enthusiastic to catch who he'll choose to become. Several young heroes already use the Superman moniker in this new reality. If Connor can't be a Superman like Valzad, John, and even Keenan, I would at least like to see him get a name that's his own. This new comic may lead to that. Fingers crossed. Superboy, the Man of Tomorrow plunges into Superboy's individuality as the young hero departs Earth on a voyage of self-discovery. The synopsis reads, determined to find his place in a strange universe, Connor Kent/Superboy leaves Earth behind. But his journey of self-discovery brings him face to face with a group of freedom fighters who challenge not just everything Connor stands for, but what it means to bear the Superman crest. The series is the first to star Connor Kent since his 2011 sequel ended after 11 issues. The story is written by Kenny Porter and illustrated by Yonoy Lindsay. Superboy, the Man of Tomorrow will now become a 6-issue series. Superboy, the Man of Tomorrow #1 is on sale April 18, 2023. Well, that's about it for now. Either way, thank you for listening. Until next time, venture onward.